Yeah. So.
Yeah. I think the audience has got to be. I mean, sure, you can do a show like this without an audience, but that's a different show.
Yeah.
Our show's designed for an audience.
Right. Yeah, I'm curious how that would be to take those same performers and put them in a room where they had no audience reaction or anything, just as an experiment to see how.
Well, we are
changes.
doing we ran a short story competition this year for our network, and the grand prize was we were going to convert the winner to a audio drama. And we're casting that right now, so that'll probably be some of the same actors, and we're not doing that in front of an audience. That'll probably be a good test of what you're talking about.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to listen to.
Stay tuned. Oh, that's fun.
Do you guys do like old-timey commercial like adverts like on the series?
Yeah.
This brought to you by Marlboro cigarettes.
Just a person dressed up as a single cigarette.
Yeah, Marlboro cigarette vitamins.
Or do you do actual ads for actual sponsors of your podcast?
Like, and then do the old school style.
Do you do like an Audible and like what's a Blue Apron?
Podblast. Yeah, Squarespace.
Honestly, I think those companies at this point, they're so saturated in podcasts, it would not behoove us. We've always done short commercials between segments just as a way to kind of cleanse the palate, but they're all fake. We have done a couple for like Pack Rat Comics where we started and MadLab Theater where we are now, but those companies don't have any influence. We just do it and say, hey, we're just, we're promoting you through our art. But it's funny you say that because as we're trying to monetize, we're actually talking to area businesses and trying to get them to pay us to write ads in the show for them. So hopefully that'll work.
Yeah, going local is totally the right thing to do, especially if you're in such a booming scene.
Yeah. No, it's really funny because we had a sponsor for a second, and I looked it up the other day, and Fair doesn't like we were sponsored.
Oh no, they left the scene.
We were sponsored by a rideshare company, and I was just like, we brought that up for a while, and then I thought about it, and then I was like, hey, you know what? I could sign up for this rideshare company, and then 10% of every ride that I use would go back into our podcast. And then I looked, and they left the city months ago.
Yeah, they did.
You're welcome.
Rideshare.
I was like, where the hell is this app?
Rideshare situations in this town have been tumultuous. So,
yeah.
No, well, it sounds like you guys encounter similar stuff.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah. So you mentioned that you had a rehearsal at your house. How much hands-on, like acting, directing, producing are you doing, or is it mostly just writing and your people are just using your home on that day?
I mean, there's a lot of mix. Like I said, I don't seek leadership. I'm a guy that kind of likes to let talented people be talented and not get in their way too much. However, with a cast of 20-something every month and new guest stars coming in, we do have to have direction. So the rehearsal at my house is kind of a read-through where I can give some feedback and everybody can try playing with one another and try out improving bits to make my writing better because, honestly, most of the best laughs we get are things the actors come up with, not in the script at all. And they have free reign to do that during rehearsal. And then when we get into the theater on show day, and we only rehearse twice. We rehearse once here and then once in the theater on show day. We have a director kind of take over, make sure people are where they need to be. And we've got 4 directors now that rotate. So nobody's doing it too often.
Right.
And they all work together to kind of keep a consensus of what the style of directing is. And then we kind of go through and fine-tune things right before the performance.
Wow.
I'm just in awe.
Me too. Every time you talk about it, I'm like, oh, God. This is so great. Is it snow in Columbus?
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
We can't.
Sorry.
Sorry, I grew up in South Carolina.
Only in January and February? All right, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I could be a summer bird there.
Just summer there,
Summers in Ohio. That sounds good. It seems good.
Just come visit and jump in the show. It'll be fun.
Yeah, that's all right. Our kids are the same age. We can just put them and they'll talk to each other, right? That's how.
Absolutely.
That's how children work.
See, you're doing a great job of making this sound so like whimsical and fantastic,
right?
And it's like this is so awesome. But
you're like,
knowing full well what the production side of something that is nowhere near this like well rehearsed or like this well like produced, it's like that's cool. That's cool because you are real positive sounding right now, and I just don't know
Oh, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I was
the
just saying,
episode that I listened
I don't know
to,
if you
there
got
was
a
a
good
theme
nap before
song
this.
that they all sang together in
Oh, yeah,
unison.
So we have an original theme song for every segment, and those are written by another buddy of mine. Because we don't want to mess with copyright. He composes the theme songs, and we spend months working on them before we premiere them.
That's
and
great.
now we have a music director who's separate, who her and I collaborate, and we're writing musical episodes as well.
You know, you make that whole warning we give at the top of the show about we can edit stuff out completely obsolete, because I feel like
I feel like one of those cartoon dogs who like just saw a cat go by and like my jaw is on the ground and my eyes are really big and it's like drooling. Like that's what's happening.
Yeah, no, you're doing such a good job at just making this sound like it's all like roses and
it sounds
rainbows.
it sounds like there's a great team of people doing a lot of hard work. And
Yeah, right?
And we just
It's been in all honesty, it's been an absolute dream. And I've been involved in theater before, and there's usually a lot of backstage drama and back infighting and stuff. And we really have had very little of that. It's gone smoother than I ever could have hoped.
Knocking on
So
all
far.
the wood for you.
So far,
bro.
yeah.
Knocking on all
Absolutely.
the wood for you.
look. I joined the theater for that, so
Look, man, if it doesn't happen in the first 3 years, when it does happen, you're done. The whole place is going to explode. I
if
think.
noises
That's
off
what's
doesn't happen, then I don't want to be a part of it. I want everything to be like noises off always.
Yeah.
Well, good luck. That's what you and I will do for the rest of our lives, Patrick, is we will just encounter total insanity and hilarity.
I'm for it.
And fix it and then be like, it was a great show.
And then go see a doctor afterwards for the stress. It would be great.
It's totally fine.
Yeah,
It's
I know,
totally
like,
fine.
from, at least from the stuff that I've been on the side of production of, it's, the problems present themselves immediately. Mm-hmm. That first rehearsal is like, if there's going to be things, it's like, all right, so it's right now. Like, I got to enjoy this for 7 minutes.
You enjoyed the idea of it, and then as soon as it came,
and then somewhere in the introductions, like, I lost it. All went out of my head. Not all the time, but I mean, like it. Like sometimes when you're working with a larger group and stuff, it kind of you're like, oh boy, this sounded fun when I was thinking about it, 2 months ago. But no, this sounds really, really fun. The idea that you kind of have this like huge group of hat tricks. What do you call it? Like, I don't know, like after it's hat tricks, this huge group of like dependable people.
Yeah, I mean,
So amazing.
Yeah.
I got so lucky. with this cast, and like I said, this is a team effort. This would not work with just me. It takes so many people to make it come together. I'm just in awe that they're willing to donate all this time to me.
Yeah, I mean, you're the captain of the ship, I mean, they're helping you out. They're working on it. You're keeping the whole thing together. That it's so very impressive. When you started doing theater, did you imagine yourself creating something, that was as large as this? What were your aspirations when you first started in doing theater or writing?
I mean, the couple of independent novels I wrote just weren't selling any copies, and I didn't know how to get there. So I thought, if there's a theater program, then I'll at least get, people to come see it, at least a few.
Sure.
So yeah, I can't say that I had any expectation that it was going to be this big. I was really, really braced for all the bad stuff to happen and all the things to go wrong. And immediately I'm like, which cast member is going to quit? Who's going to sleep with who? And all that. And we haven't had, I don't want to be too dismissive of that, but we've just been really lucky so far.
Wait, so cast members can sleep with each other? That's
Don't
an option?
do that. No, no, not in our show.
Patrick, stop! No.
We do have a couple couples in our group right now, so if there's any nasty breakups, that could be a problem.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Sure.
So Jerome, are you from Ohio?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up like 10 minutes from Columbus.
Right outside.
Yeah, born and raised. Okay. So yeah, I don't know. I grew up from South Carolina, so I was. Did you ever go to Myrtle Beach or anything growing up?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Huh.
Yeah,
everybody in
Everybody in Ohio goes to Myrtle
South-
Beach.
What is
Everybody goes to Myrtle Beach.
What is
yeah?
Myrtle? I don't know what Myrtle Beach is or
It's-
where it is.
It's a beach in South Carolina.
It's in South Carolina.
Yeah. Can you tell from the context clues of Wendell telling us about it?
Well, and I tried to do the states thing the other day. I couldn't do it again. So,
the
are they
States
right?
Challenge
Yeah,
for
are they
Friends.
right next to each other?
I think.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, then
No.
that's why I'm confused. 'cause
So
it's up there, right? And then
Ohio. Does Ohio have a coast?
No.
No.
No,
right?
we
It's
go Lake
inland.
Erie, but it's not,
So it's affordable in Myrtle Beach. Is one thing I think, and it's one of the and like it's touristy as hell.
How
It's
long
like the
would
Jersey
it take
Shore.
you to drive to Myrtle Beach?
9 hours.
Ah!
Yeah, but we drive to New Orleans. It's
yeah.
9 hours from here to New Orleans. We drive there all the time.
I only drive there because I'm invited to use their stage. Stage time is king.
Let's be honest. We are all only ever doing something if someone lets us be on the stage.
Don't I know it?
That's literally that's how I travel ever.
I was just curious because Virginia Beach is on the way.
No, I
too,
was gonna
right?
say because what is your other option? Is Va Beach,
Yeah.
and then fuck that.
Did you say Va
Va
Beach?
Yeah.
Is that what anyone calls it? Jerome, back us up or tell him he's bullshit. Was that
I
what
have
people
no
call it?
idea what Va Beach is.
Oh,
Virginia Beach, because you look at a
okay.
sign.
VAB.
What is?
Right. But I've never said Va Beach.
I've never heard anyone say that.
It's Philabis.
I don't know anybody that's ever been there.
So my brother, and come back
That
alive
was
to
the
tell the
third D
tale.
of that.
that was
You
good.
played that game very well.
Yeah. Yeah. No, Virginia Beach it sucks.
Oh, I just went there this last summer. I know, but
We talked about this. I
Oh.
think we talked about this. They have
It
the
was-
no cursing signs on their Ocean Boulevard.
it was so like we used to go as
desolate.
kids, and there used to be no one there, and it was nice and pleasant. And then this year we went, and it was just jam packed, and there was every outhouse was like overflowing.
Outhouse.
This sounds
Or
nice.
like the porta potties.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Destin's awful. Myrtle Beach is awful. I wouldn't go back. It's too many people.
Yeah.
I have a beach spot we go to, but I won't tell you where it is because I don't want everybody to go there.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everybody in the world listens to this podcast.
Now,
Absolutely.
This
I'm
is
just-
the number one podcast for beach suggestions.
I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go look at your Instagram and look at the geotags and the photos and find it. So
Oh my god, crazy hacker! Get the knife out of the pumpkin.
that's not hacking.
No, I'm.
You could just email me. I'll tell you. I just don't want to tell the public.
I'll be honest. I'm never going in the sun again. It's fine.
So pasty.
Once you shave the top of the head, guys, you have to watch out. It'll kill you.
Yeah, I can tell. It is crazy.
So are you a Buckeye, Jerome?
I mean, so I don't know how familiar you are with football, but
I'm
my
not.
mom.
I'm not at all. I'm sorry.
Okay.
0%.
So my mother was next door neighbors with Archie Griffin when he was playing for the Buckeyes.
Mm-hmm.
He was the only 2-time Heisman Trophy winner in college football.
Outstanding.
So yeah, my family's huge Buckeyes. I couldn't care less about sports.
Okay, same here.
Yeah.
The only reason I ever took note of the Buckeyes is because it's the only football team I think named after a nut.
That's our state tree. The Buckeyes are state tree.
Okay, yeah, because
It's a
It's
nut.
also a wonderful candy. You just get like a ball of peanut butter and dip
Yeah.
it in chocolate.
yeah,
What?
Yeah.
I heard peanut butter.
yeah.
Is the Reese's family aware of this? This seems
The
like
Reese's-
a
Oh, they're
Oh,
very
yeah.
aware of it. They built their millions on top of it. The Reese's.
I don't
family?
think Reese makes a Buckeye, but all the local candy companies
But
here
it's
do.
chocolate and peanut butter.
Yeah, it's just chocolate and peanut butter.
Oh my god!
Who do you think
I
was
want
there
this.
first?
I'm
Yeah.
I'm writing this down. Candy to purchase.
That's what the nuts that come out of that tree taste like.
No,
Chocolate
those
and
are
peanut butter?
poison. Do not eat them.
Wait, they're poisonous?
They're
Okay.
poisonous. Don't eat
Oh,
them.
that's why it's intimidating to name your football team after.
Because they're gonna poison you.
Because they will fucking
I mean,
poison your
deer
defense.
eat them just fine, but people can't handle
Right.
them.
But I can eat deer, so it works out.
I would
There you
like.
go.
So I can get the Buckeyes back here.
Vicariously.
They're gonna
Let
be
me let this deer filter this Buckeye
Yeah.
real quick, and then
That's what life is. I don't know if
the
you
next.
know.
They're gonna when they change all the football names and they're like, oh, it's too offensive. They'll be like, oh, we'd like to call ourselves the Arsenic.
I can see Peach Pit. Yeah, Peach Pit would
We'll
work.
kill you. Yeah, absolutely. Diabetes.
The
That'll be the
texting
name
while
of the-
driving. Texting while
Oh
drivers.
boy.
Oh my god, these are such great names for football
We would like to be the handful of Ambiens.
I'm pretty sure one Ambien and you're good.
There's not. Well, I know, but are we talking about poisons?
Don't we?
Oh yeah, but I mean, if when you take one Ambien, you're
handful
likely
of
to get in the
Tylenols,
car
anything?
and then drive to your ex's house and tell him a story about
apparently
Ted
know